You have talked about value addition with regards to millet.
Yes, sir.
So, can you please tell us a little bit more about value addition?
Value is added in order to enhance to get a better profit, and also it's been done to extend the shelf life also. So when it comes to millet, some of the value added products that are locally produced are the baked goods like bread, cookies, etc., and the millet beverages, drinks. Those things are being done from millet. And this value addition, I believe it can help in sustainability and social economy benefits.
It has been grown in Nagaland for centuries. In Nagaland, foxtail and sorghum are the two millets that are frequently produced. In the state, small millet is leading among the various types of millets whose area and production is 4,476 hectare and 4,900 million tons, and which is followed by jowar. This presentation will explore the promising future of millet farming in the state and also find out the attitude of the farmers towards cultivating it. So the method used was, it was conducted in Wokha, and where 2 blocks were selected, and in the 2 blocks, 2 villages were randomly selected with a total sample size of 40 respondents. And descriptive research design was used to understand the prospect of millet cultivation in the state, as well as 5-point continuum scale was developed to assess the attitude of the farmers towards cultivating it. Data collection was done through personal interviews with the help of a pre-tested interview schedule. So when we see the prospects, in economic benefits, we have the millets, which have lower production costs, which could also be cultivated on marginal lands with limited water availability, and yet they still yield a very good harvest, which enables the farmers to diversify their income sources and also reduces the risk that is associated with monocropping. Millets are also well adapted to diverse agroclimatic conditions, making them resilient to climate change impacts such as unpredictable rainfall patterns or extreme temperatures. Cultivation of millet promotes biodiversity by supporting a wide range of pollinators and beneficial insects. So we can see that millets give us both economic as well as environmental and nutritional benefits. When we see the nutritional significance of millets, it is an excellent source of protein for vegetarians, as they contain higher protein content than rice or wheat. And they are also gluten-free, and the inclusion of millets in our diets can contribute to food security by providing a diversified source of nutrients and combating malnutrition. The research also showed that majority, which is 70% of the farmers, were favorable towards cultivating millet in the region. The attitude index was also found to be 54.56%. And so, with a majority of the farmers showing favorable attitude towards cultivating millet, the prospect of millet cultivation in Nagaland holds immense power for empowering the smallholder farmers, achieving sustainable development goals, eliminating hunger, and adapting to climate change. Hence, in conclusion, millet farming has the potential to bring many benefits to Nagaland, including improved nutrition, sustainable agriculture, and economic growth. And the widespread adoption of this crop has immense potential to contribute positively to global agricultural system by addressing various challenges faced by the society today. It is vital for stakeholders at all levels to collaborate actively in promoting the integration of millets in the mainstream agricultural practices in the state for a more sustainable future. Thank you.
Just some measures that you think the government needs to do to encourage the farmers of Wokha district to take up this millet cultivation on a commercial scale. some measures?
Government, through various extension agents, could deliver or make aware of the millet cultivation, millet benefits, economical, environmental, nutritional significance, and everything to the farmers through proper trainings. Proper trainings could be held in the district in selected villages, which can help them increase the millet cultivation.
I'm Wezeu Lohe, representing Dimapur district. Today, I'm delighted to be presenting to you my research work on the topic Study on Agronomic Performance of Indigenous Foxtail Millet Cultivars of Nagaland. Nagaland's climatic condition is favorable for foxtail millet cultivation, and there are numerous availability of foxtail local land races, which are usually cultivated under rain-fed condition and are exposed to biotic and abiotic stresses. Evaluation of these economically important traits will help in identification of potential germplasm for use of plant breeding programs for development of suitable varieties with improved adaptability and performance under rain-fed conditions. Keeping in view of this factual information, this experiment was carried out with an objective to study the growth and yield of indigenous foxtail millet cultivars of Nagaland, to find out the best indigenous cultivar under rain-fed condition in Nagaland, economics of the treatment under study. This experiment was carried out during Kharif season in the year 2022 at School of Agricultural Sciences, Nagaland University, Mezefima campus, Nagaland. The experiment was laid out in randomized block design with 3 replications and 8 treatments, out of which 7 treatments were of local cultivars, namely Titse, Etsebe, Zi, Kikhi, Shirha, Asna, Jingchang, which were collected from various districts of Nagaland, namely Phek, Mogokchung, Mon, Kikhi, Zuneboto, and 1 Czech variety was used, which is SIA 3156, collected from Indian Institute of Millet Research, Hyderabad, and all the standard agronomic practices were followed for all the plots. The result obtained from this experiment was that among all the cultivars tested, Xinjiang recorded significantly highest in terms of growth and yield attributes, namely plant dry weight, crop growth rate, relative growth rate, panicle weight, panicle length, and number of grains per panicle. Xinjiang also recorded significantly highest in terms of seed yield of 2,312 kg per hectare, straw yield of 3,133 kg per hectare, and harvest index of 42.47%, followed by the indigenous cultivar Titse. The highest net return of rupees 59,147 kg per hectare and benefit cost ratio of 3.37 was also recorded by Xinjiang, followed by indigenous cultivar Titse. This experiment can be concluded by stating that among all the indigenous cultivar tested, Xinjiang was found to be the best cultivar and superior growth and yield performance, as well as cultivation economics under rain-fed condition in Nagaland.
Very thorough research on the scientific aspect. I just want to ask you, what would be the best post-harvest management for millets?
Nagaland, we usually practice for our grandparents. They usually use all these millets for making wines and all those, and then we locally prepare like a boiled rice we use and all this. But also we can also use this foxtail millet for bakery, and then to improve the economic of this state. The crop should be harvested when it is properly matured, and then it should be after harvesting it should be properly sun dried, so that the pest and diseases will not infest, and it should be stored in a well-dried condition.
Millets are small pellets like cereal grains, which was cultivated since prehistoric time. It can be dated back up to 3,000 years ago, and it was cultivated mostly in parts of East Asia, South Asia, West Africa, and also East Africa. It is a grass-like plant with great resilience to drought and high temperature, with additional nutritional benefits. Scientific literature and its means in improving millets cultivation. Some of the main millets that are mostly grown in India are pearl millet, which is called bajra, red millet, jowar, and finger millets, ragi. They constitute the largest share in India's total production of millets. In the whole worldwide, when compared to the world, India has 40% of India produces 40% of the total cultivation of millets. And in Nagaland, millets like foxtail millet and red millets are also commonly grown, though it is grown in very small acreages. In India, Indian Institute of Millets Research is under the aegis of Indian Council of Agricultural Research and works in a national level for the development and improvement of millets. And IIMR, which is Indian Institute of Millets Research, uses technologies like biotechnology to develop high-quality seeds and super crops that give high yields. Hybrid seeds are also produced by crossbreeding the seeds. High-quality hybrids are selected, which are in turn used again to produce superior crops. Integration of seeds is also done to obtain superior genes, which are also accessioned for future use. In rural areas like Nagaland, Krishi Vigyan Yojana, not IIMR, but KVY, helps the millet cultivators by educating the people on cultivating millets, and also by providing hybrid millets like the one which is cultivated in Mon district. Application of all those scientific methods have led to the increase in yield and production of millets. Those seeds are, to some extent, pest resistant, disease resistant, drought resistant, and laterite resistant. The cultivators respond to the ways of improving millets production. In the research, according to the respondents' response, we can see that most of the subjects knew what the millets were, but millets seem to be very unpopular among them, and their favorite crop was rice. So when asked about the ways to improve millets production or to encourage millet production, most of them answered passively and synonymously that millets cultivation should be made cost efficient and rise in demand by the consumers could trigger the millets production and thus leading to its improvement. Thus, in conclusion, I would like to suggest that as the revitalization of millets is going on in India, the government should play a wider role in its promotion and application, even in the rural and remotest areas. Provision of superior hybrid seeds and possibly machinery could help. Collecting of the native species and integrating it into further studies, if needed, also could be done. Thank you.
Nutritious rice or millet, and why?
Because it's very rich in B2 vitamins, vitamin B, and also gluten-free, and also it has many minerals which we cannot find in rice.
I would like to give thanks to the organizers of this event for giving such a great opportunity, not only to me but all the participants, and giving such a great platform. My name is Agamila, and today I will be giving my presentation on the topic of improving millet production through science for the betterment of society. So what are millets? Referred to as Vekhruto, meaning crop of the needy, in the Kheza Chekisam dialect, millet is a cereal grain crop belonging to the Poaceae family, also known as grasswood family. When it comes to Nagaland scenario, 80% of the millet is grown in a place called Chumia in Mon district. And when it comes to states, Rajasthan is the highest producing millet state, and India is the largest producer when it comes to the whole world. So there are various types of millets. There are 7 major types of millets, such as Johar, Bajra, Ragi, etc. When it comes to Nagaland, Johar and pearl millet are the most common. It is said that there are as many as 10 different varieties of pearl millet
foxtail millet, which is cultivated in Nagaland. So let me come to the main topic. I have concluded various scientific methods. So there are 7 of them which I would like to explain in detail. The first is genetic improvement. So genetic improvement is nothing but improvement of a millet into a upgraded version. So genetic improvement is possible via advanced breeding techniques. So under this, high-yielding varieties can be developed, and the farmers can use high-yielding varieties instead of the traditional ones. Second is precision farming. Precision farming is nothing but a farming management concept, and it is based on 3 important factors, which is observing, measuring, and responding to inter and intra-field variability of crops. So precision farming is quite advanced, and it is an analysis tool. So there are 3 main precision agriculture tool which the farmers can use. The first is GIS mapping. GIS is geographic information system, and followed by remote sensing and soil sensing. Third is nutrient management. So like every other cereal crop, even millets require some nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, and potash. So in order to increase the nutrient management, it is important to conduct soil testing so that they will be able to determine the specific nutrient requirements of millets. Fourth is water management. Water is very important not only for millets but also for rice or any other cereal crop. So using sufficient irrigation system such as sprinklers or drip irrigation, it will really help in not only in proper moisture levels, but it will also help in saving wastage of water. Fifth is weed control management. Weed is very harmful for millets, so it is very important to control them. So there are various methods to control weeds. Some are mechanical methods, which is traditional, such as blowing or digging or mowing, whereas scientific methods is usage of bio-insect control, such as bindweed mites as well as flea beetles. 6 is diseases and its control. Just like we humans, even millets are not prone to diseases. So there are various diseases which millets can get, and it will affect their growth. So some diseases are head smut and kernel smut. These affect the overall plants of the millet. So in order to control these diseases, what farmers can do is they can use seed treatments such as Theromorcercin. And 7 is insects and mites and their control. Even insects and mites play a lot of problems. They cause a lot of problems to the millet. So what they can do is they can use various types of seed treatments such as melatoin, match, telon, serine, etc. So those are the scientific methods which I have included. So when I conducted the research, I usually did primary as well as secondary data. So my research was very selective. It was only for the people who belong to scientific background, or those who are farmers or who work in agriculture or horticultural background. And the source was primary. I did my whole research by myself. I prepared my questionnaires and everything. And I also took help from secondary data such as websites or various books. So with that, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you.
Presentation on the technical aspect. My question is not technical. All this while, the government has been trying to discourage people from taking up June cultivation. Now that we have started talking about millets, which are basically produce of June lands, how do you, this is more of your views, how do you balance between this, discouraging June cultivation, encouraging millet cultivation? How do you balance this?
I think everything is, time changes and people's mindsets also change. So before they were against it, but now they are encouraging this. So I think it is the government's role to, make the people know about it, spread public awareness, and make them aware of the benefits of millets. since the benefits are more as compared to the deterioration of jhum cultivation.
Respected dignitaries, jury members, the organizer, and everyone present here. My name is Kamla Sangtham, and I'm from Fazal Ali College, representing the Mokshon district. Today, I'm on a mission to revolutionize agriculture, improve lives of millions, and enhance the family welfare, and secure a brighter future for the generations to come by improving the productions of millets through science. So I invite you all to join me on this journey of innovation, explorations, and transformations. Going back to the history of humanity, our existence has always been intertwined with the cultivations of crops. However, the story of these relationships has been marked by both success and challenges, and when this adversity leads to famine, several crops such as tulips, chayote, squash, beetroot, and millets emerge as heroes, offering sustenance and relief to us Nagas. Famine is not a thing of the past, and still we have millions of farmers in Nagaland striving to make ends meet. So let us first understand what are millets and what they truly are. Millets are the small seeds belonging to the family Bosco. There are about 6,000 varieties, each with processing unit varieties, which makes them grow in different types of land and climate. They are the small warriors of field, drought-defying armor, nutrient-backed provisions, and adaptability of a chameleon. Healed, awesome, and great. Why not make this great in the cradles by sprinkling a little magic on the top while improving the lives of millions? Through this scientific approach, I assure you that it's not out of reach. The foremost strategy that I wanted to introduce to you all is the breeding resilient varieties. Breeding resilient varieties is a method in which development of millets is done through selections of millets. To achieve this, we have to first select the millets from the strongest ones and grow it together so that they can pollinate with each other, and they will give rise to an offspring, which resists the best bug and drought conditions. Another approach is the precision of agriculture. Precision of agriculture, it is the use of GPS and sensor, which provide more possibilities of the technologies. In the data collected by this sensor can be used to make informed regarding the irrigations, fertilizations, and pest control. Talking of the pest control, millets are most of the strongest crop that we found. It is affected by most of the pests, diseases, and rough conditions to grow. So, to control this pest, we can use pheromone, imidacloprid, and quinapros at a desired quantity. Our plan has been placed by traditional knowledge, and it has many plans to cure the pest by traditionally. Learning from our ancestors, our land have various plans to efficiently control the pest. So, to implement or to use these approaches is very important to get a better yielding of millets and use up in our daily lives. Another approach is the changing of raw materials into ready to eat and ready to cook by buffing, flaking, and instant food, which will enhance the taste and nutritional values in our body. As we know, millets are the most nutritional plants, which contains most of the nutrients that most plants do not contain, such as it will reduce the blood pressure and cardiac diseases, which is gluten-free. With this, I conclude. Thank you.
To revolutionize agriculture and to improve the production of millets. What is your first strategy to the cultivation of millets?
First strategy to improve the millets will be providing the machinery such as the stoners, grinder, and aspiratory system, so that the locals will know the benefits, and the stoners can remove the stones, and the grinders milling will hulk the millets, which is easier for the local ones to utilize it and sell it in a better price.
Next, we have Cynthia Kichu from Mogochung District.
Known as the Boer maize grain, it is listed as a neglected and underutilized crop species not long ago. So how will a neglected crop which all but vanished from our plates make a comeback? Good morning everyone. My name is Cynthia and I am currently pursuing my BSc in Fazal Ali College, Mogochung. And well, to make for a comeback, let me share some analysis about the improvement of millet production. Originated from the Latin word millum, millets are small-sized cereals belonging to the family Poaceae. These millets are grouped under two categories, major and minor millets. Major millets mostly consist of pearl millets and sorghum, and minor millets or small millets includes foxtail millets, barnyard millets, Bosco millet, and cotton millets. And these are the different types of millets found. Now, talking about the benefits of these millets, millets are a rich source of fibers, minerals, and B-complex vitamins. They are also rich in health-promoting phytochemicals. Besides this, millets are gluten-free, which is very important for people with gluten allergy and celiac diseases. The need to examine the scope for enhancing food production, including millets through scientific intervention, is of utmost importance. Therefore, in this research, the areas in Nagaland state where millets are being cultivated is identified, how millets are cultivated traditionally, and steps are suggested for scientific intervention to enhance the millet production in these areas. In Nagaland, millets are cultivated in very small acreages. Traditionally, rice is more favored as the staple food and hence grown in most parts of the state. Millets are mostly grown in the districts of Phek, Tuinsang, Kikhi, Noklak, Mon, and some areas of Kohima. Traditionally, millets are known for making brews and also as staple diet additional to rice. Millets are known for its drought-enduring capacity and thus favored for its productivity and short growing season under dry high temperature conditions. All types of millets can be cultivated with little irrigation or even without irrigation. Maximum millet cultivation happens during the Kharif season, that is during the monsoon season. Traditionally in Nagaland, millet cultivation differs from the agricultural practice in the mainland, and it is done in the traditional June fields, which includes the following steps. Step 1, slash and burn, which is the clearing and burning of forest. Step 2, clearing and preparation of fields. Step 3, seed sowing. Step 4, maintenance of fields. And lastly, step 5, harvesting and storage, where some of the millets stored are used as seed for the next year's field. The production and the consumption needs to go hand in hand, but the first thing to do is to really get the public attention of what the benefits of millets can be. The various scientific intervention can be adopted for enhancing millet production. Number 1 could be documentation and assessment of cultivars. The local cultivars used in the traditional field are germplasm, and a comprehensive study of the phenological, nutritional, and genetic study of the available resources could help in the proper identification of those cultivars. Number 2 would be introduction of improved high-quality, high-yielding varieties developed by various millet research institutes. Number 3, introduction of scientific farming practices, agronomic practices like spacing, fertilizer dose, and application standardized by the research institute. And lastly, augmentation of storage, where the traditional barns used for the storage of the seeds could be improved by providing various scientific pest control methods. The traditional cultivation techniques are labor-intensive, which can be improved by the introduction of scientific tools and implements, like the adoption of solar and green energy as energy source in these remote villages can provide a green alternative for the farmers. And with this, we will be able to increase the attention and interest for millet consumption, and through that, the support for small producers could be improved and better livelihood opportunities could be provided. Thank you. That's all.
Tell us the growing seasons for millets, and in terms of months, and how long does it take for it to mature?
The clearing and preparation of the field is mostly done in the month of December to March, and seeds are sown in the month of April, and it is harvested in the month of August. That means it takes only 3 to 4 months to mature. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Angon, and I'm representing Mon District. And today I'll be giving a brief executive summary on the production of millet in Nagaland. Millet is one of the oldest growing crop grown all over the world. Millet, it is part of the most important traditional diet for millions of people. And millet, it is in the case of Nagaland, it has been long cultivated in the easternmost part. There have been varieties of millet found, that is foxtail millet, sorghum, job steer, finger millet, pearl millet, etc. And among this millet, foxtail millet and sorghum are the most common ones. So millet, it is considered to be one of the cheapest forms or the cheapest source of energy, as it provides a high dietary fiber, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, etc. Millets also have great nutritional benefits and great health benefits, as it helps in treating the coronary cancer. It helps to limit the ulcer formation. It helps in digestion. Also helps in treating the colon cancer and slowing down muscle degradation, etc. So since millets have a great nutritional benefits, it is important to enhance it by using science and technology. That this would include using of high-yielding varieties, using of weedicides, pesticides, and using of fertilizers, biocompost, storage management. And it is through this method that we can enhance the productivity of millets in Nagaland. Thank you. Okay, the tribes that millet used the most is, I think, 80% of millet it grows in Nagaland, in Mon district. That is mostly Konyak people, but according to, as compared to the national average, the population, the production of millet is quite low in Nagaland. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Respected chief guest, the panel of judges, my colleagues, and all the students present here. My name is Ingbini Chituri, pursuing my MA in English Literature at St. Joseph University, Chumukedima. So, the research I did is on the theme on a review on millet's golden crop in Nagaland. Millet cultivation is a traditional practice that has been followed for centuries in many parts of India. The year 2023 has been declared as the year of millets by the United Nations following the proposal of India, as India wants to position itself as a global hub for millets. Nagaland, with its favorable climate and suitable geographical features, has great potential for millet cultivations. In terms of sustainability, millets offer multiple advantages. This makes them resilient and reduces the pressure on water-scarce resources. The cultivation of millets in Nagaland could also contribute to the preservation and promotion of local diversity and biodiversity. By reviving millet cultivation, farmers can preserve the traditional farming by methods and safeguard the diverse millet germplasm present in the region. The present research was done in Nagaland. Data was collected with the help of secondary sources, and a descriptive research was designed for the present study. Millet cultivation takes into account the study of the environment, the concern of water pollution and soil pollution. Unlike other plants, millets do not need excessive fertilizers and pesticides, as they require and display higher resistance to pests as compared to other cereals. Therefore, millets are mostly grown organic and keeping the chemicals at bay, and thus helps in controlling climate change. The importance of millet cultivation is because it is easily adaptable and tolerant in even increased temperatures like droughts and floods, and they do not need an increased water resource such as compared to other crops, and are mostly organic. The health and nutritional benefits of millets can be seen as and read as it treats coronary artery disorder, which is heart disease, and helps with weight loss, helps to reduce stress and promote restful sleep, and also supports bone health. The nutritional value of millets, we can see that the fat is lower compared to all other millets. So it is safe to say it is gluten-free, and considering it's very good for consuming because it contains a nutritional value. Furthermore, millets are a significant source of B-complex vitamins such as thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, pyridoxine, folate, and cobalamin. These vitamins are involved in energy production processes within the body and contribute to brain function, metabolism regulation, red blood cell formation, and immune system promotion. So to concise my presentation, millets are not new to Nagaland. It is and was a part of the history of the Nagas, blended and encapsulated with a diverse range of cultures, traditions, and beliefs at all. The value of millets has increased to a larger extent, gaining attention and are now prioritized to a greater extent. The prospect of millet cultivation in Nagaland holds an immense potential for the state's agriculture, economy, and public health. The ability for millets to adapt in diverse climate conditions and the nutritional value it promotes is an attractive option for farmers as well as for people consuming it, suffering from different health ailments. So it is essential for the government and relevant stakeholders to promote and support millet cultivation. This will not only improve but also contribute to the conservation of local biodiversity and traditional farming practices. So with that, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you. Can you repeat the question? Okay, thank you for the question. Considering the fact that millet is one of the most nutritional foods, that is an attractable option for the farmers, as well as it has a higher nutritional value, containing less fat. So people with different other elements like increased blood sugar and other cardiovascular diseases, people can have that as a staple diet. So, yeah.
Presenting my research paper on the topic effect of sowing dates and varieties on growth and yield of finger millet Illusin coracana under the red fat conditions of Nagaland. Millet grains are referred as nutritious cereal as they are excellent provider of minerals and nutrients. And Carl et al. In 2014 in his experiment, he found that millet has significantly greater growth fiber and mineral content compared to wheat and rice. And millet are also climate resilient, and it has a wide range of ecological and geographical compliancy, and it is resilient to a variety of agroclimatic conditions. As per the data given by the Directorate of Economics and Statistics, Government of Nagaland, in Nagaland, finger millet is grown in an area of about 350 hectares with the productions of about 340 metric ton. And Mokokchung district ranked highest in area and production during the year 2020 and 21. Finger millet, commonly known as ragi, is a valuable grain used for food, fodder, and commercial purpose and belongs to the family Gramineae. The time of sowing is one of the most important non-monetary input influencing finger millet productions, and hence timely sowing is of paramount importance to ensure higher productivity. Iping in 1994 in his experiment also reported that delay in sowing reduced the values of all parameters including the yield, and hence keeping in considering all these points, the experiment topic was chosen and was conducted. The present study was conducted during the Kharif season 2022 at School of Agriculture Sciences, Nagaland University, to evaluate the performance and variability of yield and yield contributing characters of finger millet with different depths of sowing under rain-fed conditions of Nagaland. The experiment was laid out in a split plot design with 3 replications. The treatment consists of 3 depths of sowing, 20 June, 30 June, and 10 July. As main factor, and the 3 varieties, that is Sungpha 3, Harati, and CO15 as sub-factors with 9 treatment combinations. The 3 varieties were all selected from South India, Andhra Pradesh, to test under the Nagaland rain-fed conditions. And the results of the data was recorded during the course of investigations were carefully analyzed by statistical to analyze to assess the degree of variance due to the different treatments. And the result shows that first state of sowing, that is 20 June, recorded the highest growth and yield attribute at all the growth stages. Among the 3 variety used, number of tillers per plant, length of fingers were higher with variety CO15. However, plant height, dry weight, left leaf area index, number of earheads per plant, harvest index were maximum with variety Sungpha 3. The results also revealed that among the variety, Sungpha 3 recorded the highest yield and grain yield, followed by the variety CO15 respectively. And among the dates of sowing, crop sown on 20 June produced the highest grain yield, followed by 30 June under the rain-fed conditions of Nagaland. And from the findings of the investigations, the following conclusions can be drawn. Early sowing, that is 20 June, showed the best performance in terms of growth and yield attribute compared to the later sowing, that is 30 June and 10 July. Among the finger millet, Sungpha 3 was recorded to be the most adaptable, followed by the variety CO15. And the most suitable date of sowing of finger millet under the rain-fed conditions of Nagaland was found to be 20 June. Thank you.
For genetic improvement to come up with high yielding varieties, do you think there is any disadvantage for hybrid variety? If there is, can you just share with us?
Hybrid varieties, most of the hybrid varieties, there are like improved varieties which produce higher productions, as well as they are also resistant to any pest and disease infestations as well. However, hybrid productions, for subsequent productions, once they are produced, they might produce higher yield, but for coming seasons, if you produce, the decline in yield is observed for as for the hybrid varieties compared to the other local cultivars.
Mucham Rebecca from Noklak district. Good morning everyone, respected judges, panel of judges, our chief case of organizer, and everyone present here. Well, my name is Mucham Rebecca, and I belong to Khrieseno community. The team literacy competition with a prospect of millet cultivation in Nagaland. In this mindset, I did my research in one particular places, that is Old Bangshaw village and the Noklak district. My research aimed to motivate the farmers regarding the significance of millets. It sought to assist them to enhance productivity. Furthermore, the research advocate for training and packaging for post-harvest management to meet this goal.
My research is centered on establishing objectives that involve investigating the economic implications of cultivating and analyzing the challenges associated with millet cultivation in district. In recent years, millet cultivation has been declined due to the promotions of rice and maize in the market. In rural areas, a lack of awareness regarding the health benefits of millets contribute in reducing cultivation. Nowadays, farmers are changing their focus towards the cultivation of rice and maize, replacing millets as a secondary role. The study was carried out at Old Pangshaw village under Noklak district, where the total population, according to 2011 census, is 1,121, and the total household is 236. But according to the survey conducted, the total households were remained 250 to 260. The study included both primary and secondary data. Primary data was collected through personal interviews and well-structured questionnaire. The secondary data was collected from books, journals, magazines, newspaper, government publication, etc. The secondary data was the sample size consists of 100 households of millet farmers from all Pangshaw village. Statistical charts, average and percentage were the tools used to analyze. The study found out that predominantly millet cultivators were aged from 50 years of above age, and 97% of them are married, and about 20% and 5% were the widows and the widowers. The land area used to cultivate lands were mostly 1 acre, and that is used as a mixed farming. The average annual income by selling of farmers were between the range of 6,000 to 1,000, though price fluctuations, marketing and other issues confront the farmers. Majority of the farmers were found encountering the problems of climate change in the form of unpredicted rainfall and extreme weather conditions. In conclusion, therefore, all the agriculture activities result in the economic growth of the people, directly or indirectly. Climate holds a significant role in agriculture, and favorable weather conditions during a specific crop season contribute to the increase in grains production and higher yield. It also poses to provide employment and generate sustainable income to the rural people if proper awareness on the various advantages of millets created and proper marketing channel were developed. Thank you.
How would you promote millet consumption in your area?
Thank you for the question. First of all, for millet consumption, I would like to organize a training in a particular villages and sanitize them about the productions of millet cultivations and health benefits of millet cultivators.
I am Wezeu Lohe from St. Xavier College, Parent District, representing Parent. My research summary is based on the prospect of millet cultivation in Nagaland with special reference to Parent District. My research paper focuses on the decline in popularity, historical significance in the decline popularity over the time in Parent District, with emphasis on productivity, nutritional value, and potential as an alternative food security. The study explored varieties of millet grown, analyzed planting and harvesting season, and assessed the method and climatic conditions and soil conditions. Additionally, the paper examines the decline of popularity of millet in Parent District, and with emphasis in improving and promoting millet cultivation. My methodology of research approaches undertaken was to gather comprehensive information from both secondary and data collection and data source with purposive sampling, structured and unstructured interview, and literature review. Health benefits of millet. There are numerous health benefits of millet, but some of the most important are high nutritional content and potential to address health benefits. The potential of winning food and having sustainable food condition of source of energy and and longer hours to make millet special, climate resilient. Millet is one of the most climate resilient crops as compared to other crops because it has the ability to withstand the drought conditions, and there are low water requirement. Millet has the ability to be stored for extended period of time without losing its nutritious values, and the test is also the same. Environmental stress faced by the farmers cultivating millet includes biotic in a sense like the stress and the disease and the pest, and abiotic stress, which are waterlogging and drought, are some of the challenges faced by the millet farmers. The declining self-sufficiency in Peren district, pushed by the reduced farming method, had activities is showing a sign of change. A renewed interest towards millet is found owing to the interest towards millet health benefits. The traditional seed conservation of millet cultivation has greatly influenced in the growth of millet cultivations. Government initiative through fund, incentive, awareness programs, skill training can greatly influence the growth of millet cultivation among the farmers. The technical application of biotechnology and nanotechnology can also greatly influence the farmers for growing more production of millet cultivation. Peren district is blessed with a suitable climate and soil conditions for growing more millets, and hence the district has the potential of becoming a commercial hub of millet. In conclusion, the prospect for economic opportunities for the farmers and government through marketing strategies, especially in the era where people are following a healthier food diet and maintaining balanced diet. Thank you.
What do you think are the challenges in the promotion of millet as a crop in Peren district?
Thanks for the question. Through the interactions with the farmers, the challenges faced by the farmers are, since the millet, it takes a seasonal time for growing, and then it's also not, the people prefer more rice, has a stable food than a millet. So I think this is the declining of popularity among the people, and the declining promotion of millet cultivation in Peren district. Thanks.
Respected guests and respected judges, participants, and everyone present here, very good morning. My name is Majiko Augustine Sabrina, representing Peren district. I present to you the summary of my research paper on improving millet production through science. My research paper delves on enhancing millet production through scientific advancements, marketing strategies, education and consumption practices. Millets and ancient cereal grain boast a rich history as some of the earliest cultivated foods. And my study employs mixed method approaches, blending service, interviews, questions, and field visits to comprehensively explore the cultivation practices, challenges, and the decline in production. Millets belonging to the Poaceae family has varieties and have a short growing cycle, making them well suited for Peren region with limited resources. My research also highlights their significance, particularly in dry zones with rain-fed cultivations. The study also unveils the nutritional benefits of millets as non-glutinous, easy to digest, and rich in minerals like iron and magnesium. The two leading varieties found in Peren district are finger millet and foxtail millet. My research uncovers critical challenges faced by millet cultivation in Peren region. Firstly, the preference for rice due to its taste preferences, coupled with lower yields and limited market demands, has led to the decline in production. Traditional cultivation method involves clearing lands, sowing seeds, and harvesting to to dry on top of fire. These practices, though resilient, require further integration with modern agricultural techniques. And to address these challenges, my study, my research, proposes multifaceted interventions. Scientific advancements can tailor millet cultivation methods for millet varieties. And machines can also be introduced in villages to reduce losses during harvesting and to reduce human labor. Marketing strategies can elevate millet nutritional benefits, fostering the interests of consumers. And products of processed millets can also be supplied in the market, considering the preferences of the consumers. Furthermore, my study underscores the importance of altering consumption patterns. Encouraging the use of millets in restaurants and everyday recipes will make millets more appealing and familiar to the people. Recipe books and online resources can empower individuals to incorporate millets into their diet acceptance. In conclusion, my research underscores the potential of enhancing millet production through a holistic approach. By bridging traditional cultivation with scientific advancement and modern technology, millets can reclaim the role as a nutritious and resilient crop. This entails that using scientific technology, modern advancements, promoting awareness through marketing strategies, disseminating knowledge through education, and encouraging widespread consumption will ultimately lead to revival of millets as a nutritious and diverse diet. Thank you. Can you please repeat that question? For that, we have, my research has given 3 solutions. That is, through marketing strategies, we can advertise the nutritional benefits of millet so that the demand will increase in the market, and to suffice the demand, farmers can cultivate more by using scientific advancements, machines. Yes, that is it.
Respected our special guests, our panel of judges, pastor, and every one of you present here. My name is Nguori. I belong to the Butchery community and representing the Phek district today. I will be presenting my executive summary on a study that was carried out for improving millet production through science for society. Millet is a type of cereal that is a part of a grass family known as Poaceae. Among the cereal crops grown in Nagaland, millet is one of the most important cereal crops. It is also known as a poor man's cereal crop. And some of the common millets that are grown in our community, that is in Mallory, are one is foxtail millet. Ceteria italica is the scientific name, which is also known as ateta in our dialect. And the second one is atle millet, which is the Boix lacrima jopi, which is known as asheta. The year 2023 has been declared as the International Year of Millet, with the theme harnessing the untapped potential of millet for security, nutrition, and sustainable agriculture. Different programs and seminars has been conducted to raise awareness and educating the farming community about the importance of millets and the dietary requirement. The question arises, are millets the future food? Millet is called miracle grain or crop of the future. They have unique features like adaptation on marginal lands. They also have minimal water requirement, adaptability or resistance to abidic and biotic stresses, and nutritional superiority than major cereal crops. Millets should be included as a part of regular diet to manage diabetes and for a healthy diet. Some of the strategies that we can take to increase the productivity of millets are: one, increasing the area under small millets for in hilly areas, and also creating awareness to farmers on the importance of millets in the dietary requirement through training SHGs or farmers for production and value addition. And in conclusion, the millet is one humble grain which is not just beneficial for the consumer but also for the farmer as well as the environment, and also using of biopesticides over chemical pesticides. Thank you.
Growing millets scientifically versus traditional millets.
Can you please repeat the question?
What can be different advantages of growing millets scientifically versus traditional methods?
Thank you for the question. Some of the benefits that we can see for scientific cultivation as well as traditional cultivation is that when we come to scientific cultivation, we used improved varieties, high-yielding varieties, which will be beneficial for the farmers as well as the consumers, because it will be able to bridge the gap between the producer and the consumer. Whereas when you come to the traditional side, farmers have less information, or they have less knowledge about cultivating millets in a sustainable way or producing it in larger way. So there is a better benefit for scientific cultivation of millet. Thank you.
A very good morning to all. Respected chairperson, our special guests, panel of judges, and everyone present here. My name is Vekhruto Nienu. I'm from Phek Government College, currently pursuing my BSc 5th semester from the Department of Botany, and today I'll be presenting a short summary on a case study on cultivation and production level of foxtail millet at Mucham village under Phek district, under the theme Improving Millet Production Through Science. The study area selected was Mucham village under Phek district, Nagaland, and the respondents selected were cultivators who have been cultivating millet for over 40 years, and the type of millet cultivated in the study area is the foxtail millet. Its scientific name is Citeria italica, and it is called Asu in Simi and Tsu in Chokri Chakisan dialects. Millet is an indigenous crop grown almost all by the Naga households in the past, but in recent years, many have stopped cultivating it in spite of our land being blessed with having favorable weather, favorable environmental factors, and a rich fertile soil. The cultivation level of foxtail millet in Mucham village at present scenario can be considered moderate, even though there are still many who are still cultivating it. Therefore, this study was taken up to assess the possible factors that might be hindering its production. It was reported that foxtail millet in Mucham village is grown in the second year in June fields. The crop is sown in the month of February and harvested in the month of July, as it has a slightly higher temperature compared to the district headquarters Phek. Although the cultivation of foxtail millet is somewhat easy comparing to the other June crops, with a short cropping period, the cultivators are faced with some challenges, causing loss or decrease in its production, attacked by insects and birds, lack of proper infrastructure in June fields, tedious weeding process, and low demand in market, etc. are some factors. However, from the result observed, there are some outcomes that can be suggested to improve the production of foxtail millet. Creating awareness among the consumers and the farmers about the nutritional importance and the cultural values of millet, introducing environmentally friendly pesticides and insecticides, organizing trainings or programs on proper weeding management system, and lastly, setting up of proper seed banks, as the millets can be, they can remain viable even after 30 to 40 years of proper storage. Thank you all.
What did you find there? I mean, how many households were actually practicing this millet cultivation?
Thank you, sir, for the question. In the past, it was practiced by almost every household, but with the increasing of like other cereal crops, they many have stopped cultivating it, and now I could say 50% of the entire village are still cultivating it. Thank you, sir.
My panel judges, special case, invitees, officers, my fellow presenters, and my dear students, greetings to everyone. My name is Yapantula. I'm representing Shamador district. Today I will be presenting my executive summary for my research topic entitled Improving Millet Cultivation Through Science. Millets are often called nutri-cereal due to their nutritional content. Millets are resilient in numerous ways as they require less water, grow even in extremely low fertility soil, are more tolerant of heat, can be sown with minimal tools or machines, and are extremely resistant to pest attacks, making them an ideal crop to grow. According to archaeologists, the cultivation of millet was more common in prehistory than the cultivation of rice. After the introduction of Green Revolution, rice production doubled and wheat production increased. This change dropped the millet share in food grain production from 40% to 20%, leading to some serious agricultural, environmental, and nutritional consequences. In current situation, India is the largest producer of millets in the world with share of around 41% of total global production in 2020. The objective of this research was to promote awareness among the people about the nutritional value and benefits of millet and encourage them to adopt millet cultivation as a sustainable farming practice. An attempt was also made to understand how millet cultivation can be improved using science and technology and continue to serve as a source of income to the family and society as a whole. Millet, as one of the most farmer-friendly of crops, has a potential to bridge the gap between the demand and supply to follow a nutritional security. But due to lack of institutional support of millet crops in compared to rice and wheat, continue to shrink the millet growing area. According to Dr. Katarvali, who is known as an independent scientist and also known as a millet man in India, has identified 9 main millet varieties. He has classified these 9 millets along with rice and wheat into 3 grain categories: positive grains, neutral grains, and negative grains. Positive grains category include brown dog millet, brown yard millet, little millet, kuto millet, and foxtail millet. According to him, these have properties that can cure health issues within 6 months to 2 years if eaten regularly. According to him, neutral grain category include finger millet, Brussels millet, pearl millet, and sorghum millet. This millet has property to prevent health issues and maintain good health. Finally, rice and wheat fall into the category of negative grain because these 2 grains increase the possibility of developing health issues. Millet, as a powerhouse of nutrients and a miracle grain, need to be revived, and they can serve as a dual-purpose crop, providing food security to millions of households as well as contributing to the economic efficiency of farming. Therefore, there is a need of serious intervention to improve millet production. Some of the ways to improve millet cultivation are as follows. Number 1, use of high-yielding cultivars specific to soil type. Identifying this different type of soil will help to enhance the number of cultivation and improve its production. Number 2, improve practice and timely management, such as seed treatment, use of high-yielding varieties, following time of sowing, use of nitrogen fertilizer, and maintaining plant spacing can improve its cultivation. Number 3, practice of water conservation. Such practices can help in improving productivity and use for other small millet crops like pearl and finger millet. Number 4, need of value addition and post-harvest processing. High demand of millet in the market indicate a lot of scope, and for value addition and processing, earn more. Creation of demand for millets and millet value addition product as healthy food will boost the production and consumption scenario of millet, which will have a long-term impact. In conclusion, millet as a traditional food need to be preserved and require an active participation in promoting the consumption and cultivations of millet, ensuring food and nutritional security for all. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. In your personal opinion, why do you think the government of India is promoting the year 2023 as the year of the millet?
Yes, because it is very obvious that millet has a very millet is a miracle grain, and we know millet is very rich in nutrition. And because of that reason, the governments are promoting and declare as an international 2023 as an international millet year in order to promote and spread awareness about the importance of millet. Thank you.
Next, we have Wezeu Lohe from Wokha district.
A very good morning, respected special guests, judges, and everyone present here. My name is Wezeu Lohe, representing Wokha district. The theme is improving millet cultivation through science or science for the society, and my research is on a study on foxtail millet. It's a data collection from various different parts of India, while the primary focus is in the Wokha area. And in a sense, this paper will serve as a valuable reference to researcher, policymaker, and agricultural stakeholders, emphasizing the significance of data-driven approaches in furthering our understanding of foxtail millet and its contribution towards sustainable agriculture and nutritious crop. Millet is a term used for small-seeded variety crops belonging to Boaceae and Gramineaceae family. And in India, Rajasthan is the largest producing state, holding 39% of the total production. Although India is the largest producing country, in Northeast India and as well Nagaland, the production is very low and it has not yet met to the production chart because the production is still very low. And in order to carry out this research, there are some methodologies that were followed, including the survey, which include the crop health and climate preferences, regional variation in cultivation practices, and data collection on different parameters and comparison of millet with other agricultural crops is also employed to scrutinize the diverse technique for cultivating and producing millets. And ultimately, through engagement with numerous farmers and on-field research, certain revelations have emerged. These findings, which could be spearheaded by non-governmental organizations and predominantly through government initiatives, underscores that the adoption of scientific approach to millet cultivation would not only bolster food sustainability, but also to unlock the full potential of foxtail millet as a sustainable and nutritious crop. With this implementation, Wokha in particular and Nagaland in general can achieve an outstanding results in improving millet production due to its climate suitability, cultural and traditional importance, wide range of biodiversity, food use and market opportunities. This approach bears advantage for both agriculture endeavors and public health. The final segment of my research paper focused on significantly improving millet production in Nagaland by leveraging science, advancement and innovation, such as training and educating the farmers, building demonstration plot for hands-on experience on the scientific technologies, and access to quality seed and inputs, soil testing and analysis, and post-harvest handling, monitoring and evaluation, and government support. And in conclusion, science offers immense potential to improve millet production by addressing challenges related to farming practice and knowledge transfer. Embracing this scientific advancement would lead to a more sustainable and productive farming sector, ensuring food security, enhancing farmers' income, and contributing to greater efforts towards agricultural sustainability and propel millet production to new heights. That's all. Thank you. According to this secondary source, the shelf life, it can be stored to like 20 to 30 years if it is kept in an airtight container. So that's it.
Hello all, my name is Nzanmongi and I represent Wokha district, and I'll be giving the executive summary of the research paper that I wrote on the topic improving millet production through science. So one may ask why the need to focus on improving millet production. So for that, with the increase in the world's population and the subsequent reduction in the area of cultivable land each year, added with the effects of global climate change, the crisis for food and nutrition security has been on the rise, and the need for improved agricultural production of food crops that can withstand the challenging effects of climate change, but at the same time be highly nutritious has become more necessary than ever. And as such, the focus on improving agricultural productivity and cultivation of alternatives such as the millet crop that requires less resources, are climate resilient, agroecologically sound and highly nutritious has risen. So for this research, I did a very localized approach focused on Wokha district of Nagaland with the aim that improving millet production in such small pocket places would eventually lead to improved millet production collectively. Millet had been an integral part of the lotus, but its cultivation had been declining since the late 70s. So a very brief study regarding the traditional significance of millets among the lotus, both culturally and nutritionally, was studied, and its decline in cultivation over the years was also studied, which were found to be due to more availability of rice varieties owing to the Green Revolution and decline in animism, bird pest, and reduced post-harvest workload regarding millet and certain government policies. So after analyzing the reasons that led to the decline of millet cultivation in Wokha, various aspects of the sciences were recommended to improve millet production in Wokha under the following heads: science of food health, seed science, improved cultivation practices, pest control, and post-harvest technologies. Wokha, as I'm sure we all know, that has been named as the land of plenty because of its rich biodiversity and natural resources.
Wokha has the potential to change the course of millet production in Nagaland if proper initiatives are taken and adopted accordingly. And to many of us, this millet crop may be foreign, but we Nagas share the same history, and this very crop has been an integral part of our culture, tradition, and history during the forefathers' time. And with the majority of the present Naga population dependent on the import of rice from other states and public distribution system, and with the current direction agricultural productions are heading due to the pressure to feed the growing population and also the climate change, which I had highlighted earlier, we Nagas really need to push for millet cultivation collectively in the state for food and nutritional security as a preparatory step towards an uncertain future. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your findings. I just want to ask you, how can, since your research is scientific research, I just want to know, how can the cultivation of millet contribute to the ecosystem? How is it affecting the biodiversity of Nagaland?
Okay, for this, let us come to the millet. As the Nagas, we follow Chum cultivation, and the main crops, we grow paddy, but there's the scientific C3 and C4 crops, and this millet belongs to C4 crops. That means they lack photorespiration. That means this photorespiration contributes to it's like one of the factors that contribute to climate change. If we cultivate millet, then it leaves less carbon footprint in the system, and at the same time, as highlighted, it is highly nutritious and very much climate resilient. And as we all know, the temperatures have been rising, and this very crop can perform well under such conditions as well. So its climate resilience and it being agroecologically sound and it being nutritious would really contribute would really contribute towards its cultivation in Nagaland. Thank you. I'm Linokia Chumi, representing Zinewota District, and today I'll be presenting an executive summary on the topic Prospects of Millet Cultivation in Nagaland. Millets, also known as a poor man's crop, are nutritionally superior and climate resilient, short duration crop, and holds a prominent place in cropping sequences around the world. They have immense potential to grow in a marginal environmental condition due to dynamic adaptive mechanism, and is considered as the world's 6th most important cereal crops, feeding more than 1/3 of the world's population. At present, millets are grown in arid and semi-arid regions of India. India is the largest producer of millets in the world, accounting for 41%. At present, millets are grown in Nagaland, in Mon, Phek, Twingsang, and other eastern parts of the state. Millets are mainly grown as an intercrop with upland paddy and other kharif crops in a jhum or shifting cultivation. Jowar, bajra, ragi, and small millets are the type of millets commonly cultivated in our state. However, the crop is not commonly or much cultivated in the foothills and plains of Nagaland so far. Recently, millets have gained attention, and efforts are underway to obtain their convenient and value-added processed products. In order to encourage millet cultivation and production in our state, various challenges like improper market channels, low bulk prices of millets, and high market retail price, uneven distribution of government schemes, low crop productivity and high labor intensity, easy availability of other grains, lack of know-how on ways to use small millets in our daily diets, lack of suitable processing facilities or units, etc., need to be addressed before millet becomes a viable option in our state. Thus, to counter this, availability of improved seed practices, adopt sustainable practices, encouraging intercropping, increasing investment in research, enhancing storage facilities, improving processing facilities, better market accessibility, increasing credit and insurance, educating farmers,
and proper implementation of existing schemes of millets by the government are some of the strategies that can be implemented to enhance millet cultivation and production. Hence, to boost the millet production in Nagaland, the right initiative and support must be given or provided along with improved package of practices through science, biotechnology, and plant breedings to attain optimum production. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Can you please elaborate a little more on the post-harvest storage of millets?
Well, for all the crops, the post-harvest stage plays an important role as it affects the shelf life of a crop. So, in order to have a proper or to increase the shelf life, proper moisture, temperature, aeration, and humidity of a storage should be maintained, so as to counter the pest infestation or storage pest infestation. So, for most of the cereal crops, the moisture maintained is 8 to 12% for moisture. Humidity is maintained nearly 65 to 70% and temperature to 25 to 30% for proper storage. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Niuland, representing Dimapur district. Respect of millet cultivation in Nagaland. Millets are referred to as concepts rather than crops by the Millet Network of India. Traditionally, millets have multiple health benefits such as controlling diabetes, mitigating joint pains, etc. In Sumi folklore, millet is the elder brother of the female paddy. In traditional Naga agrarian system, millets are grown in June fields along with other crops. Millets are low water consuming crops, requiring less than 30% of rainfall required for rice and can grow on soils with low fertility. For example, Nagaland received scanty rainfall in 2009, but millet harvest production remains unaffected despite the decrease in water. Millet cultivation is mostly practiced in the districts of Phek, Peren, Tuengsang, Kikhi, Kohima, Mon, and some other parts of Nagaland. Millet cultivated in Nagaland are finger millet, foxtail millet, proso millet, and buckwheat millet. According to a personal interview-based survey in Askomi and Lizu Old Village, millets are locally called atsinekhi. There are two types of millets that are widely cultivated. Kumnupu as sticky millet and anau, that is non-sticky millet. Sowing is done in the months of January and February and harvested 180 to 190 days after sowing. Some major stumbling block in millet production in the district includes lack of innovation and awareness, less availability, hence high cost, perceived taste, and the popularity of rice and wheat. The role of millet is inevitable as the farming system that we have today, that we need today, needs to be more resilient and more diversified to meet the food and nutrition supply demand of the nation while ensuring sustainable use of natural resources. Government should make provisions for incentives to encourage millet production, such as inclusion of millets in midday meal schemes, proper procurement of millets and distribution through public distribution systems, etc. Millet production can also be enhanced by introduction of high-yielding production technologies such as high-yielding variety seeds, chemical fertilizers, improved pest and disease management, and public investment in agricultural research and integration and input subsidization and incentives to farmers. Thank you.
We have saved the last question for our Director, Youth Resources and Sports, Shri Rhosietho. I'll request you to raise a question.
Thank you, judges. Yeah, I think your presentation was quite fast and very interesting. What do I say? What do I ask you? In fact, most of the questions that are required to be asked have already been asked, and I think the presentation is very good, all of you. The question I would like to put forward to you is, millet, to replace rice or to at least substitute rice. There'll be a lot of resistance to that taste. The taste is different between millet and rice. Now, how do we overcome this resistance to change, particularly with regard to the taste?
Okay, like millets are known to have a blunt taste, while rice is millets are known to have a blunt taste, but since it have so many like medical properties, like I've mentioned, such as controlling diabetes and mitigating joint pains, the first and foremost thing is we can educate people. That's all. Thank you.
Students of Don Bosco College and Don Bosco School, Kohima, ladies and gentlemen, I take this privilege in once again welcoming all of you to this valedictory function. We had a very interesting session of almost 2 hours of listening to things about millet, how it is produced, how it is consumed, how we can improve its production, how we can change the taste buds of the people also. So it has been very interesting, and for me personally it has been quite a big learning curve, and I'm sure the case is the same for all of you. To begin the program, I would like to first of all give time to the esteemed examiner to say a few words on the examination. So I give time to our Dr. Imliangla Tseikha Agriculture Officer. Ma'am, please take it.
Government has given a format to me, and accordingly I met the scoring chart. For the scoring chart, I have given the maximum of 5 marks each. That is, I will read out how I have met the chart. According to the department has given me the title gauge. For title gauge, 5 marks. Abstract, 5 marks. Introduction, 5 marks. Methods, 5 marks. Result, 5 marks. Discussion, 5 marks. References, 5 marks. Tables and figures, 5 marks. And for appendix, 5 marks. And 5 marks for overall write-up. So I have examined your research paper for 50 marks. And the remaining 50 will be given by the judges according to the guidelines given by the department. Thank you.
Then we have Sri Rhosietho Nguori, NCS, the Additional Deputy Commissioner of Kohima District. Then we have Srimati Khrieseno Kikhi, Deputy Director, Directorate of Agriculture, Nagaland. We have Vikhotuo Sekhose, an entrepreneur from Kohima. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this program. It is indeed a privilege and an honor to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate the culmination of the state-level literary closing program. This event marked the end of the remarkable journey of exploration, creativity, and expression, and the beginning of a new chapter in the life of our talented participants. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every participant who had contributed to the success of this literary program. Your dedication, your passion, and commitment to the written word have not only enriched your own life, but have also enriched the literary landscape of our state. Your creativity has served as a beacon of inspiration for all those who appreciate the power of language and the beauty of storytelling. As we reflect upon the significance of this literary program, let us remember that literature is not merely a collection of words on paper. It is a mirror that reflects the soul of a society. Through literature, we can explore the depth of human emotions, examine the complexity of human nature, and challenges the boundaries of our imaginations. In a world filled with constant noise and distractions, literature provides us with a space to pause, reflect, and connect with the profound ideas and perspective of others. Today's event is a testament of the value of intellectual curiosity and pursuit of excellence. The participants gathered here have not only demonstrated their literary skills, but have also shown a willingness to engage with diverse themes, styles, and categories of topics. This willingness to explore beyond one's comfort zone is what sets great writers and thinkers apart. I also would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Director of Youth Resource and Sports, the Secretary, the officials, and all the organizers, faculty members, and mentors who have tirelessly worked to make this literary program a resounding success. Your guidance, your encouragement, and expertise have played an integral role in nurturing the talents of these participants and fostering an environment of growth and learning. As we celebrate the end of this literary program, let us remember that the world of literature knows no bound. It is a realm where the imagination has potentials and scopes, where ideas can spark revolution, and where stories can transcend time and places. As you, the graduates of this program, or personal pursuits, remember that the skills you have honed here, the ability to articulate your thoughts, to craft narrative, and to empathize with diverse perspectives will continue to serve you well. In closing, let us celebrate the power of literature to inspire change, provoke thought, and ignite conversations. Let us continue to champion the written words as a force for progress and enlightenment. To the graduates, go forth with confidence, for you carry the torch of creativity and expression. May your words resonate and create ripple of impact in the world. Congratulations once again, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of this momentous occasion. Here's to a future filled with literary adventures and boundless possibilities. Thank you.
This is a state level competition, and the idea is to promote millet. It's all about millet. This morning nobody has spoken anything about millet. I mean, nothing bad about millet. Everybody has something good to speak about millet. And so as I announce the result, I would only want to encourage everyone. Those of you who participated, you are all winners. And I wish that you all take up this challenge of being an ambassador to promote millet cultivation, promotion of millet as a crop. These are the points. Out of the 50 marks, we have 5 sections, each section carrying 10 marks each. The first is structure and organization. Each section carries 10 marks each. The first, structure and organization. The second is clarity and coherence. The third is confidence and delivery. The fourth is time management. And the fifth and the last is question-answer round. The questions were raised from the judges, the guests, and the students as well. So it has been a very close contest, but somehow, somewhere, the judges were also smart enough to come up with a list. So we have 3 winners, the first, second, and the third. And also, since we had a hard time, we thought there are certain competitors whom we need to acknowledge. Matlab, the consolation. We are giving a consolation prize to 4 other competitors. And so here I read out the winners. Before the winners, congratulations to all the participants once again. The first prize goes to Sungpha P Phom, Niuland district. This is an announcement, so I only take the honor to announce. There will be a time for calling you on stage later on. He represents Niuland district. He scored 75 marks out of 100. The second prize goes to Nzanmongi of Wokha district. He secured 74.5 out of 100. The third prize goes to Angon P from Mon district. He has secured 71.6 out of 100. Then here's a list of the 4 selected for consolation prizes. The first is Wezeu Lohe, representing Dimapur district. Then we have Mucham Rebecca from Noklak. Then we have Vekhruto Nienu of Phek district. And finally we have Nzanthung Ezung of Chumukedima district. Thank you.
Nzanthung Ezung from Chumukedima district. Mucham Rebecca from Noklak district. Wezeu Lohe from Dimapur district. The third prize goes to Angon P from Mon district. The second prize goes to Nzanmongi from Wokha district. The first prize goes to Sungpha P Phom from Niuland district.
At the outset, I take this privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this closing program of the state level literary competition 2023 at Don Bosco College, Kohima.
Be with us now and forevermore. God, as we proceed to partake the provisions that are provided for us, I pray that you will continue to bless upon the provisions.